Alright, finally getting time to sit down and make this video. Check it out from Hasbro Pulse. This is the 6-inch Deluxe Snake Eyes. We're going to do an unboxing and we're going to take the figure out, check them out, look at them, compare them to the 6-inch Articulated Icons Custom Storm Shadow, the white Deluxe Ninja. And this bad boy is going to be given away in a drawing in the GIJoe Den Facebook group. Everybody's already entered. I turned off commenting after the package was received. One of the things that I'm a little concerned about here is it doesn't sound like there's any packing material inside the box. I hope that that's not the case. All right, first person perspective for the unboxing here. I'm gonna carefully cut the tape because whenever I ship this out to the lucky winner of the drawing, it's gonna go right back in this Hasbro Pulse box. Are you serious? Really? Okay, so whoever I send this to, I promise it'll be wrapped in bubble wrap. It won't just be stuck in a box like this. Just look at that. But at the same time, I'll tell you, this thing is magnificent. It's a lot bigger than I expected it to be. Here's the packing material that Hasbro used to send this. There's not even any air inside this. Power Packer air cushion system. There's no air in it. Come on, Hasbro. I know you can do better than that. All right, let's get it out of the slipcase and set that off to the side. Oh my gosh. Wow. Here, I'm gonna get this box out of the way. This is awesome. A beautiful embossed case for the figure. Oh man. The wolf. This is super, super nice. And I don't think there's any tape or anything on here, so let's see how this goes here. Try one side at a time. That's a very tight fit. Oh, wow. I am so thoroughly impressed with all of this already. Look at that print. That is so cool. It's blank on the back. That is so cool. And we'll put the box top back off to the side. Oops. I'll put it back there. And this is what you get. Absolutely beautiful. I'm assuming that the other GIJoe classified figures will come in a box this size. That's what they look to be, that size. And you've got nice foam inserts here. Man, I wish I would have bought several of these. I should have went ahead and gotten the 5, but I slacked off and they sold out before I could finish the order, before I could go ahead and... I woke up late in the afternoon and they were already selling, and I just jumped on it and ordered one, and then by the time I lazily got back to make the order for the other 4, it was too late. They were sold out. So, but this is absolutely, this box is awesome. And if you look back here, there's a little bit of speculation, some unconfirmed rumors that Wave 1, which I have a sealed case of Wave 1 figures coming, one of which will be the retail version of Snake Eyes. This is the Hasbro Deluxe exclusive version of Snake Eyes. But Wave 1 comes with Roadblock, Scarlet, Duke, Snake Eyes, and Destro, which Hasbro Pulse just released yesterday. They have or had it on the site. It may be sold out by now for pre-order. But yeah, Destro was on the site. The others are on the site as well. You can get on there and pre-order your figures. They're due out around July. So I'm very, very carefully, yes, I'm going to open this. And yes, this is being given away, but you know, it's a free figure to someone. I'm going to do my best to get the box open without causing any damage. I assume that whoever gets this will probably end up in the flap wrinkled just a little bit here. It was tucked under these flaps very well. So I'll box everything back up when I get ready to ship it off, and pulling it out of here. Man, that box is like, I'm really, really impressed with what they've done. If the other figures are this nice, I think they'll have a home run with these. I'm not sure what this is, a little informational pamphlet here. So we'll put all of this off to the side. Actually, before we take the figure out, let's look at the accessories he came with in the foam packaging. So I think we can pull all of this out, just like that. And then you have a cardboard insert here, like a spacer. Here's another wonderful, wonderful display piece. It's a lot heavier than I expected it to be. You have the hooks for all of the weapons, and this weapons rack is arranged in the Arashikage emblem with the wolves on the sides. And a beautiful motif here that's inlaid. Yeah, this is all plastic, but it's still really, really cool looking. So we're gonna set that back here. And take a look at the other accessories that we have in the foam insert. You have a spear. I honestly, considering the fact that this is the 6-inch scale, I expected a lot of this stuff to be more detailed than it is. It's very cool, don't get me wrong, but I would have expected paint apps on these pieces as well. You know, silver blades, maybe a wooden look for the weapon itself. So as I take each one of these out and show it to you, I'm going to put it back into its little compartment here. I'm not going to take both of these out because they're the exact same thing. You have a black axe. This would have been really cool if they would have painted the wrapping on the handle. Probably won't go through a whole lot of posability with the figure. And here you have one of the size. Again, this would have been cooler with a paint app on the handle at least, or maybe even silver in color instead of black. And that comes with 2 of those. And here we have, I'm not sure why this is so curved. That's a little odd. But another weapon. The plastic is pretty soft on these, so. But yeah, all black molded plastic again here. I'm gonna go ahead and stick this back in the and a scythe. I think that's what these are called. I'm not really sure. They're detailed. They're detailed enough to have paint apps. I'm not complaining necessarily about the figure. It's just I think that could have been done a little better. And then you have looks like some kind of katana type sword here. All very nice, considering that they all mount in place here on the display. Now to the figure tray. As you can see, the plastic in the figure tray is pretty much molded around the figure to hold it in. You don't have any wire ties or anything like that you gotta mess with to get the figure out. A piece of tape holding the suppressor and the pistol in. As far as the other accessories go, these slip down between or underneath a piece of plastic that's up over. And it comes with 2 extra hands for different poses, and you also have a knife. So we'll start by popping out accessories. The iconic Uzi. Snake Eyes' favorite weapon, second favorite weapon maybe. It's actually a pretty detailed little gun here. It's a lot like an actual Uzi. It'd be cooler if it had like if the stock actually came out and was functional. So let's see here. I'm gonna get this tape moved over to the side. I'm leaving it intact so that I can replace it for shipping. The pistol. And this is another cool little accessory that I was interested in. This is the suppressor. And this looks like a Beretta 92 type of pistol. And one of the things that I notice here, oh, no, there we go. So the suppressor is a grayish plastic. There's a little bit of a shade difference there. And it mounts onto the end of the gun barrel. Just like that. And I assume that it'll also mount onto the Uzi. Yes, the suppressor mounts onto the end of the Uzi. That is awesome. Really dig it. Very cool pieces. Iconic Snake Eyes accessories. All right, I'm going to place the suppressor back into the box. There's not another gun that it comes with that we're going to have to go through, so I'm going to get the Uzi snapped back in there. And these pieces of plastic, these plastic pieces are actually fairly flexible. So I don't think that there's any risk of damaging any of those. Let's see if I can get the sheath out for the sword. There's that. And this figure and his accessories are very reminiscent of one of everyone's favorite versions of Snake Eyes, the 1985 version. This is a pretty solid backpack, and I see what's going on here. The sheath for the sword actually attaches to the backpack like this. That's awesome. So you can really gear the figure up, I think, and have his accessories attached and whatnot and have it looking good. So I'm just going to go ahead and put and this is very similar to the sword from the 85 Snake Eyes as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put that into the scabbard. And the handle on the sword is a little bit warped. I'm not sure it's supposed to be like that, but it does straighten out. It's very forgiving. This isn't going to break or anything like that. And I'm moving the tape for the knife so that we can get it out, check it out. And I believe the knife and the pistol, it looks like those go into his web gear, which the figure does have removable web gear. Here is the knife. We'll lay that down here. Oh, there went a hand into the floor. I'm going to put the knife down before I stab myself in the face with it. All right, here we go. This is a hand with a ninja star. Let me grab the other one real quick. And here we have the other hand with like a claw type. If I can get this to focus here. Come on. It's not going to do it. Too much stuff in the background. But it has like a claw attachment molded to this hand. These hands are just, for different poses. Now, let's see about popping the figure out. Hey, he came right out, so I'll push that back down in a little bit. Set it off to the side. Okay, so this is a little different here. Let's take a look at the web gear first. We'll take the web gear off. We might take the web gear off. It appears as though that just slides down. Yeah, this is a very pliable rubber material. So it appears like, yeah, this just slides down the leg and off the foot. That is the pistol holster. Oh, it's a holster for the pistol and the suppressor. That's very cool. So you really can gear this figure up very well. Okay. Let's see if I can get this off here. I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm just working it down the leg and over the foot. And this is the sheath for the knife, which the knife will fit into. We'll do that right now. Just like so. All right. Figure feels nice. It's more of a softer plastic, I think. Oh, here's another little thing. His head will turn over here, and the arm goes up, and then this slips right off your belt bandolier type thing. I'm not really sure how these will come off. How this belt, this is one piece. It looks like two belts, but it is one piece. And I would assume that if you were to remove the legs, that it would just slip right down over the waist with a little bit of pressure, a little bit of tension. I saw some photos where someone popped him apart, took the head off and whatnot. I'm not going to do that with this figure. I may do that with another one later on. But you have the ratcheting joints for the elbow. The hands rotate. They are not articulated in the wrist other than the rotation. The hands just pop right out, and a new one goes in. A new one should go in. It might. I may just put that one back in. Nope, this one's going in. Uh-oh. Okay, so this hand is actually, there we go. That took a little bit of effort to pop in there, but this hand is actually articulated in the wrist. With the Ninja Star. Okay. I'm not going to replace the other hand. Not right now. But we have the ratcheting joints for the elbows. The bicep joint, which this appears to be... Yep, this is a separate piece. This pouch, this armband pouch is, and it would slip right down and come off so that you can see this joint here in the bicep, and then you have the joint in the shoulder that rotates all the way around. Has a lot of movement. As far as the rest of the body goes, this harness is also removable. I'm not going to mess with taking that off right now, but your head, the neck is jointed, and so is the base of the neck, the head here. So he has a lot of head movement. And I really do like the look of this figure. It's very reminiscent of the 85 figure, and has that commando ninja look to him. Almost more commando than ninja. I do enjoy that. I always thought more of Snake Eyes as a commando than I did a ninja. All right, we'll take a look at the legs. He has the rotating joint in the hip, plus he has the ball and socket joint here. Full rotation. He will do the splits, and that hip rotates as well. You have the ratcheting double jointed knee for full posability. I've seen a lot of poses people have done with these for photography. The calf has a rotating joint here, and the ankle. The ankle is very movable and has a ratcheting joint to go forward and back. So lots of posability here. The waist, it appears to be in a ball and socket joint down. The torso is jointed to the waist by a ball and socket joint, and then you also have this joint here in the torso. I'm not necessarily so much a fan of that joint. It looks a little odd. I think that a better option probably would have been to have this in a ball and socket joint instead of the just that hinge joint there. It's a ratcheting hinge joint. I also just made a discovery about the wrist joints. These do have a little bit more articulation. They move up and down on the weapon holding hands. So, and then in the elbows, you just have that swivel up here and the double ratcheting joint. So everything seems pretty tight on this figure. He's not like loose and floppy or anything like that. He's not gonna break. These are definitely made so that kids could play with them if they wanted to, or adults for that matter, because these videos are for adults. And this action figure is obviously made for an adult, but for an adult collector. But yeah, I think that durability on these 6-inch figures. I've never handled a Marvel Legends figure, and I know that these are made in that in the vein of Marvel Legends. So I'm gonna go ahead and get his web gear back on and start gearing him up. Next, I'm going to put the pistol in the holster over here on his right hip. I hope that you can see what I'm doing there. It doesn't look great from my perspective. But, and then the suppressor, we'll just go right in here. Yeah, nice tight fit in the rubberized holster. I really, really dig this figure. A lot of people were very skeptical about the 6-inch line of G.I. Joes. They didn't want to see a 6-inch line of Joes. Personally, you know, I love pretty much anything that's G.I. Joe. As I've stated multiple times throughout my videos, I love G.I. Joe. And whether it's a 6-inch or a 12-inch or, you know, the 3 3/4/4-inch, the modern line, classics, whatever. I love G.I. Joe stuff. I love the figures. And I think that the detail that has gone into the figures for this line is just out of this world. I do, the only thing that I wish they would have added a little bit more to is the weapons. The weapons and accessories could have had more paint apps to look a little better. The backpack looks great. This backpack is very detailed with paint apps for all the buckles and everything. And, you know, the scabbard with the Arashikaje logo and the Arashikaje symbol here, the fire over water. Very neat. So, the fire over water I Ching. So, through the web gear into the hole in the back goes the post for the backpack, like so. And one more thing that I kind of forgot here. I forgot I took this off. So, oh, I'll show you that as well. So his little bandolier utility belt thing here has a hole as well. And if you put the backpack through that and through the web gear into the post hole in the back, it sticks up off the body like that. Not bad though. It still looks cool. You know, I'm sure that you could probably get that to settle down and not look odd or like it's setting off the body. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to pull this down where it goes. And see the difference there? There's not a hole in the figure here, just here. And when you put that in, it makes it want to stick up off the figure. And I like the way that it looks better down here. It's a more natural resting spot. And the backpack will still go in, and the bandolier looks fine, the grenade bandolier. The utility belt with the pouches. So here he is, all geared up, missing only the Uzi, which I'll go ahead and get that back out and put it in his hand. Just pop it right out, and we'll see how he holds the weapon. Oh, this is fantastic. Check it out. The fingertip even fits properly into the trigger guard, and this just looks fantastic. Really like that a lot. So yeah, he's very poseable, very stable. He also has post holes in the bottoms of his feet, which leads me to believe that at some point Hasbro may release a figure stand or some kind of an accessory for the 6-inch figures that will allow them to be posed like so. That's an uneven surface, but he still stands up just fine. I'll get a couple shots of him standing up like that. I'll put him on top of the box and get the get his little weapons display out and get a shot of him, and we'll talk about that a little bit again. And here in just a second, I'm going to do a comparison of him, a comparison between him and the Articulated Icons Deluxe White Ninja. Okay, so size-wise, he matches up really, really well with the Articulated Icons figure. It looks like they are both right at about 6 inches, and I'm hoping that whenever they bring out Roadblock, that Roadblock stands a little bit taller than the rest of them, because Roadblock was a really big character, and I hope that they go with some size scaling with those. Okay, these guys are freestanding here, no stands necessary for them, as I knocked that one over. But the Articulated Icons comes with a rooftop stand, and it appears as though these peg holes in the feet are the same size. So I'll let me get these hands back in the package here, and I'll see if that figure fits on that rooftop, and if it does, you know, maybe we can do kind of a little mixed pose with the two different figures. Two of the most iconic figures from G.I. Joe, the arch enemies and brothers in arms, not blood relatives, mind you. That does not look like it wants to stay like that. So, let's see what I can do here. Yeah, I know, I'm probably wasting your time right now. Terrible, isn't it? All right, got those back in there. I'm going to toss that to the side. Get these guys, actually, I'm going to go ahead and test this little theory out here about the feet fitting in the peg holes, or the pegs fitting in the holes. Yeah. And it does, right there. And you could pose him on one of these rooftop stands. As a matter of fact, Articulated Icons sells just these stands. And I know it's kind of odd. They're all the same. They're all rooftop stands, but they do interconnect, and you can hang them on a wall, which I think is very cool too. But yeah, but camera there. Still not completely used to doing videos like this. But yeah, these will work for at least the Snake Eyes figure. Side-by-side comparison here. They are essentially, they're both a 6-inch scale. I think it's 1/12 scale. And yeah, great. That Articulated Icons, that's a great looking figure though. I love that. Perfect Storm Shadow. So, but here's his, here he is freestanding Snake Eyes. The Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Series Snake Eyes. And this is the Deluxe Snake Eyes. I'm honestly wondering if the retail version of Snake Eyes will come in a box that looks very similar to this. I'm assuming that it won't have the holographic foil look to it. It will probably just have whatever the artwork for the other figures is. It'll be very similar to that, in my opinion. No one has seen, that I know of, or that I've seen online, no one has shown the retail version of Snake Eyes. So this could be a very special edition box with the double zero numbering. There's also some other rumors out there. If you look at the artwork on the back of the box, excuse me. If you look at the artwork on the back of the box, you see a lot of the classic and iconic G.I. Joe vehicles down here. The bridge layer, let's see what else we got. We got the Havoc bridge layer. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff down here. And you have the Conquest, and looks like you've got some Sky Strikers over here. You got a Fire Bat. I really doubt that they release vehicles in the 6-inch scale. Those would be pretty big, but stranger things have happened. So whenever I was pre-ordering my sealed case of 6 figures, which is 2 retail versions of Snake Eyes, Duke, Scarlet, Roadblock, and Destro. That is wave 1. Pre-orders for wave 2 were being offered. And I was also told at the time what wave 3 was supposed to be. These guys right up here were not mentioned. If you look right there, what is that? That is an Alley Viper. If they release a 6-inch version of the Alley Viper, I will army build those. I don't army build anything, but if the Alley Viper looks as good as Snake Eyes, I will troop build the Alley Viper for sure. Cobra Commander is supposedly going to be in wave 3. Wave 2 will include GIJoe, I believe Baroness, and wave 3 may also have a gold head version of Destro. Now, keep in mind, this is all unconfirmed, at least to me. There was a store owner that was telling me about it, and you know, we've seen Walmart SKU numbers with fake names for all the figures and stuff that are coming out and whatnot. So, but yeah, that's a little heads up as to what is supposed to be coming. I hope that this 6-inch line does really well, and it's also rumored that we will be getting a 3 3/4 inch. You know, this is again unconfirmed rumor, but that we'll be getting a 3 3/4/4 inch classic series, which will be like the Joes from the 80s and 90s, from 82 to 94. And you know, they made 3 3/4 Joes all the way up through, you know, the 2000s with the exclusives and the club figures and whatnot. But generally it's 82 to 94. But yeah, I really do dig this Storm Shadow. I'm going to have to break down at some point and get a set of those bear arms for him. The bear arms on this guy look fantastic, and it makes him look just like Storm Shadow. Right down to the hood, everything. Fantastic figures. But this right here, I think that Hasbro, after not making GIJoe stuff for a few years, they're going to knock it out of the park. The accessories are slightly lackluster. Not all of the accessories, just some of them. I think they did a great job with the web gear. It looks fantastic. I love the way that it goes onto the figure. It's very forgiving. There's no little tabs and buttons and things to deal with that I've seen not necessarily function the best in the past. With some figures, but I mean, I think that this figure at the very least is extremely well done. The paint apps are beautiful on this figure. It's you know, it has a very realistic look to it, in my opinion, and it does go back to the Commando version. It was stated that Hasbro had done a lot of research into the most popular look of this character to make this figure. And they did a really, really good job. I definitely commend them on that. And the packaging that you get with this deluxe figure is just, I mean, it's amazing looking. It's very, very nice. Someone definitely put some time and effort into designing the packaging for this figure. Unlike the, what was it, the GIJoe Retaliation figures that just had Snake Eyes and The Rock on every single box, and I hated that packaging, which is why I don't own any of those figures. But very, very nice. So I'm going to get this guy boxed back up and get the drawing conducted for the winner of this figure. This figure will go out to one lucky winner from the Facebook group drawing. So here is your figure, whoever you are. And that'll be announced there, and I'll probably end up doing some other kind of giveaway on the YouTube channel here, like I've done before. So, all right, guys, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Visit the Teespring store and help support the channel, and you know, make more videos like this possible, where I can get more things to review and whatnot. I've got some other items coming for review as well. That'll be out soon, very soon. Yo, Joe.